Hello and welcome to Access Sportsnet Lakers, brought to you by Arrowhead of Mountain Spring Water. Chris McGee, Robert Ory, James Worthy, Mike Bresnahan. You got Treadell and Alley down at the arena as the Lakers returned home and get the win over the red-hot Houston Rockets, who came in winners in 12 of their last 13 games. And by the way, it's the Lakers' 11th straight home win against the Western Conference. It was not a pretty offensive game tonight. It felt more like a grinded-out type of battle, a brawl, but the Lakers do it defensively. They hold the Rockets to 98 points. Remember, the Rockets just a night ago in Phoenix scored 148. So it was just one of those games for both teams. But they found a way. And more importantly, guys, we talked a lot about this in the pregame show. They picked up a game on Houston. With Memphis losing tonight, they now go 2 ahead of them. Important, Geeter. Come home to get the win. And as you just stated, you know, to secure where they are in the standings and even get better. I thought it was a possession game tonight, a game of possessions. No one really, you know, took over the game. It was all about possessions and tough defense. And I thought, you know, the Lakers starters did what they could do, but I really thought it was the bench. Dodo coming in, hitting some big threes. Gabe doing the same thing. I thought it was a collective effort off the bench tonight. And, you know, down the stretch, you know, LeBron, Luka, Reeves did what they needed to do to secure the win. But I thought it was a possession game, particularly on the defensive end. They were able to get some stops.
Yeah, you think about that first quarter, and they only had 19 points and 21 in the fourth. So, you know, starting the game good, ended the game good with defense. But, you know, let's really give it to Gabe and Dodo.
Yeah.
20 points each off the bench. So, you know, they had 46 total off the bench. And the way those guys came out and stretched the defense, because you look at the way AR shot it from 3, 0 from 3. Look at where LeBron shot it from 3, 2 for 4. These guys kind of carried on. And Rui 1 for 6, who kind of struggled.
Luka 1 for
7. These guys, you know, when you always – everybody always want to harp on, we know we've been harping on the big three so much, but, you know, it ain't always going to be about the big three. It's going to be about the team collectively, what everybody can do. And you mentioned something, you notice how I avoided when you said role players. Yeah. Everybody on the team is a role player. Luka has a role, LeBron has a role, AR. So, but when the guys who are the specialists, that's what I call them, specialists come off the bench and do special things, that's when you're able to get a win like this. When the other role players, LeBron, AR,
what does Shaq call you?
Others? Others. Yeah, others. I call them specialists.
Specialists.
We're specialists.
I like that.
So
good enough.
We got to take a lot of stuff.
Anytime you shoot 39% and win a game, you have to say, okay, you know, we grounded out. I mean, that's a quality win against a very, very good Western Conference team. And look, as you mentioned, Rob, where's this team without Dorian Finney-Smith and without Gabe Vincent? We've been kind of harping on the Laker bench. They were tied for 28th in scoring coming into tonight. Those two absolutely won the game for the Lakers. No way the Lakers win without even one of those guys, much less both those guys. And a little comfort now, Geet, for that 4th place. They can breathe a little bit. They're up 2 games, so 7 to go.
Yeah, that's nice. Let's go back downtown. Dorian Finney-Smith is with Mike Treadell.
All right, Dodo, I want to start in a place I don't know if I've ever done a walk-off, which is an inbounds pass. All right, something that was key, though, in this one. You had to get it in. They called timeout to get to that spot. What are you going through? What are you looking for before eventually you throw it to LeBron?
Just first, you know, I'm just going down my reads, look at Gabe, look at Luka, and then Bron is the outlet. You know, I know he's posting up at the free throw line. You know, Tom is athletic, so I was a little scared, but, you know, Bron did a good job of sealing him off.
All right, so then on the other end of the court, LeBron makes a big block, and then you eventually get a big defensive rebound. So you guys did a lot of those, I don't want to call them little things, but made a lot of key plays like that to secure a victory. Man, it's a great team win, man. You know, Coach told us me and Gabe was going to have a bunch of looks because they packed the paint, and, you know, them guys did a good job of finding us. Well, you're right. You did get a lot of looks, but you guys knocked them down. 12 combined threes off the bench. How much confidence does that give you as you complement the players that are creating those advantages?
It feels good, man. We just got to keep it going. You know, down the stretch, we know all these games are important. So I'm just trying to do my job, and that's shoot the ball with confidence and live with the result.
All right, so plus-minus leader again on your team. You know, I always keep track for you. Not that you're caring about that. You just want to get the victories. How comfortable and how happy are you to be here in the purple and gold?
No, I'm just happy we're getting the win, man. We're playing some meaningful basketball. Just try to come in and give my energy, and I'm happy we got the win.
All right, thanks, Dodo.
Appreciate you.
That was Dorian Finney-Smith. Excited to be a Laker, as Mike keeps reminding him. They combined, Gaucho, Gabe, and Doe combined for 40 points. They make 12 threes, 6 apiece, big game. They were 12 for 27. Pretty amazing. That was from the field. They are 12-24, 50% from three. What a night for these two guys, and they got rewarded with the minutes. They were in there at the end. Dorian Finney-Smith with 32 minutes, Gabe with 23, and Gabe was your take your shot. What a performance.
Yeah, both of these guys, did a good job. And, you look at Dorian Finney-Smith, also had 6 rebounds. 6 rebounds, 1 offensive. Gabe had 2 offensive rebounds. So those are 2 extra possessions. Not only did they score, but they did all the other things that they usually do on both ends, defensively, getting extra possessions. And the Lakers are going to need that, a steady bench. I've seen the progression with both Smith and especially Gabe. He's starting to really coming off the bench along with his good defense.
I think we didn't really get to see a true Gabe last season because of the injuries.
No doubt.
And I think now with the addition of Luka and the way AR is playing, he's like, you know what? I ain't got to handle the ball. I can just play defense, run to a spot, shoot spot-up jumpers. And it was almost like what he did in Miami with all the other guys penetrating and kicking them. He didn't have a lot of pressure on him. He just needed to be a spot-up shooter. And he's excelling right now at this position. Because you think about in the last maybe 20 games, he's been shooting the lights out. He had like 1 game here or there, but his stroke from 3 has been nice. That's stupid stuff.
When you're the Lakers and you're so far over the salary cap every single year, you have to spend your free agent money wisely. So when they signed Gabe to a 3-year, almost $40 million deal a couple summers ago, you're like, okay, this is a good deal, pretty good value. He didn't produce last year, and I think it hurt them a little bit. You know who was really upset about it? Gabe Vincent, because he wanted to show that, hey, I'm coming back to California, whereas you alluded to, Geet, a UC Santa Barbara guy. He wanted to put on a good show. His knee wouldn't let him. And fast forward to this year, he got off to a slow start, James. Not a great October, November for him. He's had a really good last few months. Really impressed by his game. And, hey, good contract. The contract looks much, much better now.
Yeah, real happy for Gabe and for Doe. I do want to mention a big part of this game with Jackson Hayes only playing 14 minutes and them having to go small ball and LeBron at that 5. LeBron guarding Şengün did a really nice job. His rebounding. LeBron had 8 rebounds, 2 blocks, 2 steals. Pretty important part of this game, Rob.
Yeah, we said that earlier. We were talking before the game. We was like, who can guard him? I said, put LeBron on.
LeBron's going to be the best guy.
He's going to be the best guy because he can match strength. And sometimes I think we forget LeBron like 6'9", 6'10", 6'10", depending on what shoes he's wearing. And so he can contend with Şengün. And Şengün is one of those guys, he's not above the rim type guy. Everything he does is below the rim. He might dunk every now and then, but he's an extremely good passer. He's a pivot guy. He's very fundamentally sound like a lot of European players. But tonight, LeBron held him in check.
It's almost like